So I'm using the e.l.f. Shielding Hydra Tint. This is the angled foundation brush from the Studio line. Just pop some of the Shielding Hydra Tint on the back of your hand. It just helps to warm it up and get it ready. Take your foundation brush and begin in the middle of the face. You can use fingers, your sponge, anything like that, but I quite like this one because you can really get in all those places. So now we're working just under the eye. The reason I chose a tinted moisturiser is if you're going into an interview or you're in the office, you want to make sure that you have plenty of hydration so that your skin doesn't dry out. And it's starting to look a bit sort of dewy. Make sure you go over your eyes, good base. Also just evens out any coloration. I have quite a lot of dark on my eyes, around my eyes. I prefer liquids under my eyes. They just don't sort of gather as much under there. But for any sort of areas of redness, I've got a little sort of spot there. I'm using this, which is the concealer pencil and brush. So I'm just going to use that around the nose, into the nose, any sort of bits of redness. This is just a slightly thicker formulation, so it's going to cover a lot more than a liquid would. And I'm trying not to disturb what I've covered. I'm just going to blur around the edges to just blend it in. Great brush for this. And just move that out. There we go. It's a really nice little brush actually. I'm going to show you up close. It's kind of a stipply, it's quite a soft brush, but at the same time it's quite firm. So now we're going to use a bit of the tone correcting concealer just under the eyes. So just dot it like this and use fingers, a sponge or a brush to blend it in. Give it a good blend. Same on the other side. Just to cover up any darkness. Now I can use that concealer. Use that concealer again. It's going to pop a bit on my chin and on the tops of my cheeks. Just kind of blot it in. Looking fresher already. Now we're going to put some colour into our cheeks, and we're going to be using this, which is the Shimmering Facial Whip, and this one is a really lovely one called Persimmon. And I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks. And just a touch, because we don't want too much of the shimmer, we sort of want the colour to come through. What I'm doing is just rubbing it between these fingers to warm it up, and we're going to place it on our cheekbones. Just adds a nice bit of colour. Just a tiny bit of blush. Now I'm using products like this because they're going to last longer than powder products on your face. There we are. So that's a lovely sort of rosy glow on the cheeks. This is the Duo eyeshadow cream in Toffee Pecan, and I'm taking the sort of the lighter peachy colour, and I'm going to pop that all over the eyelid. We're not going to do much more than this. This is just a really nice sort of healthy look. Open the eyes out and give them a beautiful warm colour, which is the translucent mattifying powder. It comes with a really good sponge, so load up your sponge. And I can see exactly where it's sort of shiniest. And you just want to pop some of this on. damp down any shine because you're bound to be a little bit nervous if it's an interview. So now that we've gone over the face with our translucent powder, I'm just going to buff it all in with a flat top brush, flat top powder brush. Not only does this feel nice, it just helps to make sure that your powder is firmly on your face and it's going to do the work that you need it to do throughout the day. So I'm just buffing that in. I've put a little layer over the eyelids just to set that colour. This is the golden bronzer, and I'm going to be taking two of the colours to use just as a highlight and on my crease. So I'm going to use that one on the crease and that one as a highlight. They're just lovely warm colours. That's going to be my highlight, just going under the brow, and I'm using a simple dome brush to deposit that. Just a nice small brush, so I don't need too much highlight. After all, this is sort of an office sort of look, so it's just to add a bit of definition. And I'm going to take that warm brown and pop that in my crease. It's kind of a golden, sort of antiqued gold colour. And it looks very nice in the crease. Like that. Bit of a fan brush and just run it through like this. Just take a bit of everything, tap it off, and then just run it over the cheekbones, down the chin. Just gives my face a bit more colour. But I suppose you could just go to the level of colour that suits you. I just like a little bit of shimmer. This is a neat little compact. This is the dark eyebrow kit. On the darker side, that's the sort of a pigmented gel, and then the browner side is a powder that you put over the top. You can just use one or the other or both. I just am going to use the gel to just fill in, just add a bit more definition. Like this. You see it's very subtle. And this comes in 3 shades, so you'll find something for you. But this is the darkest one, and it's good for me and my dark brows. There, so I've just filled them in, given them a bit of definition. Just give it a bit of a blend. And set it with the powder from the kit as well. Now curl your lashes and apply some waterproof mascara. It's the plumping glaze, plumping lip glaze. Now it's your choice whether you want to use the minty sort of side. I'm just going to use a touch. Just use a touch in the centre of the lips. And this one is in Ruby Kiss. It's really nice. It's a lovely sort of warm colour. And it looks very bright in the tube. But when it goes on, it just gives you a lovely hint of colour. So there is my sort of interview office look. It's really simple but very sort of healthy looking and gives you a bright tone to your skin, and it was really simple as well. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes in the morning. So thanks for watching. Bye.